Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, this is your first time. And welcome back if you've listened in on um, some of my videos in the past. My name is Anna, and I am a Christian believer. And I pretty much started my YouTube channel with the purpose of just giving more encouragement and inspiration to anyone who may be feeling lost or discouraged. And also I wanted to include some experiences that I've encountered, more testimonial experiences, and just things that I've encountered on in my daily journey with walking with God. um, I decided to start the YouTube channel because I felt like I was in a place in my life where I heard God say, okay, it's now time to kind of pull the trigger. You've thought about it, I placed it in your heart, a couple years ago, but as I've told you on previous videos, I'm very shy, and I'm not one to be completely vulnerable. Transparent, yes, but not necessarily vulnerable. I like to kind of keep a little bit for myself. And so I kind of was, putting it off and putting it off for the longest of times. And then it was just like, one day I was at home and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it and see what comes of it. And I felt so great after doing the first video. It was such a rewarding experience that I wanted to continue to do it because I felt like I was honoring God, like I was doing a small portion of what I was supposed to do. So, I mean, I would hope everybody would want to be obedient to God, but I mean, I do know everybody have to arrive at that step, on your own. Like I said, it took me a minute to kind of arrive there, but I'm glad I did. And so I've been for the last couple months been essentially doing videos um, of things that I've encountered, experiences that I've had, conversations that I've had with friends, just different things that I felt like you all would benefit from it, So this time is no different. Um, it's been a minute since I've been on. I think the last video I did was probably um, early October, um, or the end of September rather. And so it just looked like October I got hit with so much, I just felt like I was in a losing season. Um, I ended up losing family. Well, I lost my sister-in-law, and then it looked like every week in October, I just continually continue to lose someone, whether that be friend or family. So it was just like loss after loss after loss before I could kind of wrap my head around, you know, the losing the person. I was actually being confronted with losing someone else. So it was like a really, really bad season of loss for me. And while I was also grieving, I was also, fasting and praying for other people. So it was like I never had the moment where I could actually just sit down and just kind of like process what was going on and deal with that. And um, I do have a therapist who I meet with fairly frequently. And every time we would meet, it was like I was telling her of another person that I had lost. And, you know, she was very concerned. She said, it's not typically the norm to experience such loss to that magnitude. And so she encouraged me to, um, you know, pray and to find solace in encouraging things and to just make sure I was mentally sound, do things that actually, uplifted me. And, whether that be getting out of the house and, just going do things that, would generally make the average person happy. So, as of late, I've still been encountering quite a few losses, not necessarily with death, but in other areas of my life. And it was in a moment I sat down and I was just, talking to God, and I was, talking to him about rejection and just different things that I had encountered. I was looking for um, different jobs, and it just felt like every job that I was applying for, was rejecting me for whatever reason. And, then I would try to, do something business, and then, it looked like it wouldn't work out. And so I was talking to God, and I, I have to, can I be honest? I had a human moment where I just was talking to God, and I just told him, I was like, God, I'm angry with you. I feel like I'm going through all of these encounters. I feel like I'm dealing with all of this, and I feel like you're not present. Like I don't, like I can't feel you. I don't hear you. I'm crying out, to the point where I'm laying bare. I'm exhausted. And so I've also been in the process of kind of like rereading my Bible. I'm doing the 1 year Bible plan. So of course it causes you to shift around to different chapters of the Bible. And I think a few nights ago I had concluded Job, because that's kind of where I am now. And I told God, I said, God, just please, I need some encouragement. I need to feel encouraged. Take me to a scripture that can encourage me and kind of help me understand what is the reasoning for all of this that I've encountered. Like I would be lying if I didn't say that I was super scared. Like when you're so close to death, like I've experienced and how my family's experienced these last couple months, it almost makes you wonder, like, God, are you coming for me? Do I need to prepare myself? What's going on? And so um, he took me in the Bible to James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. And I'm going to read a little bit of it. It's actually from the Christian Standard Bible. And it pretty much go as reads. It says trials and Christianity and Christian maturity. And it says the purpose of trials. It says James 1 and 2. Consider it a great joy, my brothers, whenever you experience various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. But endurance must do its complete work so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing. So as soon as I read that, I immediately felt better. Now, of course, I'm still dealing with things, but it made me feel good to know that in the midst of these trials and the things that I'm dealing with and I'm encountering, there is a purpose. If I can continue to endure and get to the other side of it, there's there's a blessing on the other side of this. There is something on the other side of this as to why I had to go through all of these tests and trials. I do believe when we encounter these situations where we're doing life and there are things that should pop up, that on the other side of the trial there is a testimony. On the other side of the test there is testimony. you know um in the midst of the pruning and the pruning and processing phase, it does not feel good. It doesn't feel great because you're getting those things that no longer serves you, or the things that God is trying to strip away from you to get you to the better version of yourself needs to be removed. So it's hard, it's difficult, it's complex. So it's required in order for you to get to that next step. you know I think with any growing stage, it requires you to shed to get to that next place in life. You need to be able to go through the hard work. You need to be able to go through whatever steps you need to go through to get to the other side. And that's essentially what we're doing in life when we're going through trials and tribulations. God never said that we weren't going to be um, going through anything. He never said that, as Christians, that we wouldn't experience life. That's just, unrealistic to think that our lives will be a cakewalk. But what he did say is that he will be with us in the midst, that wherever two or three are gathered, he will be present. One of my favorite scriptures is Mark 11:24, where it says that, you know, who should ever, whatever it is that you should believe in, um, or whatever it is that you're seeking, if you believe, God will do it. And so I'm seeing and I'm believing that on the other side of this thing, that there's going to be victory, there's going to be joy, there's going to be revelation. I'm going to have a better understanding of just some of just God, understanding God, and um, being able to feel stronger, that I can be able to accomplish and tackle whatever should come next. I don't want to remain stagnant. I don't want to be in a place where, I don't feel like I'm growing or I'm not achieving anything. I mean, I just feels like as humans, if you don't grow, it's essentially like you're dying. Like you need to be able to um see the change. Like, you need to be able to see the growth in yourself as you're continually getting older. There should be growth in you, and with growth there's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So I basically just wanted to come on and let everyone know that, if you are struggling right now, if you're dealing with difficult times right now, don't be discouraged, don't give up, don't throw in the towel, because on the other side of it, there is blessing. On the other side of it, there is growth. If we endure, if you do not faint, there will be harvest on the other side of this. So be blessed. Until the next time, you guys have a good one. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.